Hey everybody, I'm Adam, and this is Think Club. Oh look! YouTube debating personality Destiny, the man who single-handedly copyright struck Sargon of Akkad's second channel into oblivion.
Do you want to start off about everything concerning the DMCA shit? It seems to be a logical starting point.
We can if you like, but I'm actually really not very bothered about it.
Well, it bothers me, so.
Destiny uploaded a new Jordan Peterson video. Well, this has got to be good.
Okay, so we can begin with two basic words, and we can kind of go from there. You've got descriptive claims and you've got normative claims, right? Mm-hmm. So a descriptive claim is a statement, a matter of fact about the world. So this bag is blue. The book is 12 pages long. These are descriptive claims, right? Then we got something called normative claims. These are claims of what we ought to do in society. You should be nice to somebody. You shouldn't murder someone. You should take care of the sick, etc. Right?
Got it. The
problem with what Jordan Peterson does is Jordan Peterson makes a lot of descriptive claims, but he never makes any normative claims.
What the fuck? You can insult me. You can insult Jordan Peterson, but you're not going to insult philosophy, motherfucker. So in all seriousness, I nearly fell out of my chair when I heard this. This is a whole new level of unfounded Jordan Peterson accusations. Evidently, the guy who rose to prominence after he spent 2 hours arguing with Sam Harris over how we ought to elevate moral claims above scientific ones has never made a moral claim.
But he never makes any normative claims. You can think of normative like moral claims.
The guy who stood up to the Canadian government in front of the world and said compelled speech is immoral has suddenly never made any moral claims. Have the progressive Jordan Peterson haters wandered so off the farm, so down the street and into the insanitarium that they can't distinguish descriptive claims from prescriptive ones, ises from oughts, facts from values, science from ethics? Or have they discovered that their audiences are so incredibly stupid that they can wrap obvious bold-faced lies in philosophical jargon, and all of these glassy-eyed wanna-believers will be none the wiser? I mean, this is so obviously wrong, it commands disbelief. Jordan Peterson is the worldwide best-selling author of a book called 12 Rules for Life. Or as I like to call it, 12 normative claims about how we ought to behave. Are you listening, Destiny? Here's a pencil. Take some notes. You ought to stand up straight, Destiny. You ought to set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. You ought to tell the truth, or at least don't make shit up in front of 144,000 people for 59 minutes. Is any of this sinking in? It would take me longer than 59 minutes to list all the normative claims Jordan Peterson has made. No topic is beyond scientific inquiry.
First of all, I don't think there are politically illegitimate domains of scientific inquiry. There's just scientific inquiry.
Pick up your damn suffering and bear it nobly.
There's a deep idea in the West, too. It's like, pick up your damn suffering and bear it.
Be the most reliable person at your father's funeral.
You want to be the useful person at the funeral. That's a good goal, man. You know that you've got yourself together in a situation like that.
Jordan Peterson makes normative claims like cats have kittens. And if you encounter those kittens on the street, you best stop your lazy ass and pet every last one of them. Jordan Peterson's most famous saying of all time is a normative claim.
Clean up your room.
So come on back to reality, Destiny. You don't have to be this way. You can pursue what is meaningful and not expedient. And you don't have to be a buzzkill around skateboarding children.
We seem to have concluded that strong men are dangerous.
Just stand up straight, Destiny. Stand up and adopt
a stance of ready engagement with the world.
You can do it. You should do it. You ought to do it. I believe in you, Destiny. Be precise in your speech. Stop comparing yourself to someone else you're never going to be. Open up your mind and your heart and listen to JBP as if he might know something that you don't. A meaningful life is within your grasp. It's your destiny.
The problem with what Jordan Peterson does is Jordan Peterson makes a lot of descriptive claims, but he never makes any normative claims. And that's all he ever says. He never takes a step further to make a prescriptive claim to say, like, what should we do about something?
You got to be oriented towards something, because otherwise you're disoriented. You just spin around in circles and then you suffer. And so do people around you. It's not a good solution. Orient yourself towards something. You have to figure out what it is. What will work for you? What goal would justify the suffering of your life? Start trying to piece that together. You're going to get better at it. But it's a personal process. And you should use your education to inform that. So you need a personal place to stand, because otherwise you're going to be handed a place to stand on a plate. And it may be one that makes you a puppet of someone else's goals. So I would say, what are the processes? Well, I think what I've recommended to people is clean up your room. That's a good start. Organize your local landscape. Schedule your time. Start taking control of yourself. See if you can stop saying things you know to be lies. That's not the same as telling the truth. You don't get to do that to begin with because you're not good enough at it to even attempt it in some sense. But everyone can stop saying things they know to be falsehoods. Well, first of all, if you don't have a purpose, it isn't that your life becomes neutral in a meaningless sense. It's that your life becomes characterized by unbearable suffering. Because the baseline condition of life is something like unbearable suffering.